And the reason for this is that the algorithm was designed for a totally different purpose and then has been repurposed for extracting Bitcoins. So in this repurposing of the algorithm, they introduced some factors, some elements of potential redundancy, which we thought we could exploit.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Francesco Gardin. He is the CEO of Quantum Blockchain Technologies. And Francesco, good to see you. How are you?
Good morning, Steve. Very well indeed.
Good to have you along. And the company out with some news today talking about your Method C Bitcoin mining tool. And just before we sort of talk into the meat of the release, maybe just remind everyone a little bit about that unique method that your R&D team has really put together.
Yeah. When we started this journey almost 3 years ago, we basically bet on the fact that there are some redundancies in this algorithm, which is SHA-256, which is the core algorithm to generate Bitcoins. And the reason for this is that the algorithm was designed for a totally different purpose and then has been repurposed for extracting Bitcoins. So in this repurposing of the algorithm, they introduced some factors, some elements of potential redundancy, which we thought we could exploit. And so we started with 3 different teams, each one not interacting with each other. And in the end, we had 3 results, method A, B, and C. And method C, which is what we announced today, is something that gave us the ability to predict the behavior of an algorithm which was intended to be non-predictable in the sense there's a deterministic algorithm, which means same input, same output always, but the space of input and output is so big that once you start with an input, the calculation, you have no idea where it will end up in this huge space of the output. And with our method C, we made predictions of where this algorithm will end up as a result.
Yeah, and in today's announcement, you talk about the sort of the results of what you're seeing so far as you successfully integrated into the mining process. So, talk to me a bit about what you're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, we were aware of these results since the beginning of this year, and we made 2 announcements, but our lab results, which gave us the confidence, clearly are not enough if you want to mine in real time. So we had to go through, on one hand, the process of refining our method C, and the other thing was to implement, to have a hardware implementation of this oracle. So on one hand, you have an AI model which will generate this oracle, and then the oracle has to run faster than the SHA algorithm. Otherwise, there is no point if your mechanism to predict the behavior is slower than the function that you're trying to predict. And this is the second result. Not only we improve this performance of this oracle, but we have a hardware implementation which is working and which run extremely fast.
Yeah. So obviously you're happy with what you're seeing so far, and you've got plans to obviously try to protect that IP before the end of this year. And is that sort of the next stages here?
Yes, and this application, the filing of the application, it's as a major goal because, of course, we cannot even sign NDAs with potential partners or customers until we have filed the patent application. Then we'll be more free to talk and to give details that right now we don't intend to give. So now the team who has developed part of this method C are now focused on drafting the application, which has already been drafted as we speak, and then refining it, and then is the usual process with the patent attorney, which takes several weeks.
Yeah. Francesco, just one last question I want to ask you. You mentioned earlier that those teams that you tasked with doing this came up with method A, B, and C. What about method A and B? Are those still something the company's looking at?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as for method C, A, and B, we have the lab results, and it's just very challenging to move from lab results to real-time results where we can run this on a hardware which is fast enough to mine in real time. And we have started with some chips which were not really ideal. And now we move to other chips and other operating systems. So the work is going on there. The progress is going ahead. We have lab tests, lab results, and we are now moving to real time hardware-based mining. And so I cannot make predictions because we were so disappointed by the use of the chips which we adopted originally. Now we have changed the chipset, we changed the operating system, so we are moving in the right direction.
All right, good to hear. Francesco, thank you so much. Good update this morning, and really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Steve.
All right, there's Francesco Gardin. He is the CEO of Quantum Blockchain Technology.